Hey everyone, this is Monica, your Delulu bestie, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be opening one of my new cards for the week. I think on my last video, I already shared to you guys that I was able to acquire 3 more other cards aside from Raphael's birthday. And although they're not limited, they're not that special. They've been around for quite some time now, but as a new player, I am just really happy to have them on my cards, especially when it comes to battles. Personally, you guys already know that I'm a Sylus main, and I'm just really working hard to get his cards. And let's not talk about the ones that I missed, obviously. Just hoping for a rerun, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna get them all. But for the others, I just want to get their cards because I'm a little competitive when it comes to, let's say, the battles, especially the deep space trials and just, those kinds of things. Also, the senior hunter contest. Oh my god, I can never. Let's not talk about that yet. But I don't have a lot of good cards just yet, so that's why. So since we have new cards, I think I want to open the one from Sylus because I've been excited to see that since the other day. It's called the Nightplumes. I don't know when it was released. I don't know what was the event or something like that, but I just know it's not limited. It's been around for a while now. I think it's not really anything interesting. It's just a cute romantic card, but still, I wanted to see the story, and I honestly enjoy that side of Sylus. And maybe later on we'll be yapping about how I ended up liking him and why. So for my little besties out there who are also a Sylus main, let's just sip together. Okay, we're screen recording. We're here at my cards, and let's open the Sylus thing. There should be a date. Yeah, I haven't finished this yet. Oh, there you go. You can see there's no 100% just yet. I think I only have an idea for the Kindle. But yeah, let's do this. I don't know how long.
You got here just in time. Thankfully, there's nothing to worry about for now. Change its bandages every day for the next 7 days. It's getting late. It's also snowing, so be careful on your way home.
Why are we in a vet? As soon as the glass door of the animal hospital closes, a little head peeks out from underneath the fleece blanket. Wait, what is that? An hour ago, I had finished listening to a briefing for tomorrow's mission in another city. Just as I was about to head home, I noticed a silhouette darker than the night in front of my motorcycle. I got a closer look only to see the silhouette belonged to a frostbitten dove. Oh, picking up the dove, I rushed over to an animal hospital. That sound earlier sounded like a dog. That wasn't a dove. And then I found myself in a troublesome situation. I'm going out of town tomorrow for a Wanderer disaster relief mission. How can I take care of you and change your bandages? Oh. That's not a dove. The dove shakes its head, and the snow falls off its wings. It looks at me without making a sound. I'm glad. As we stare at each other, an image of a certain bird and his owner appears in my mind. Oh, we love that bird. Oh.
Speak.
Okay. Sylus, you're just waking up around this time, right?
What do you mean?
In other words, can we meet up in N109 zone? I need your help. The other person in the call is silent for 2 seconds. Feeling I might have sounded too harsh, I quickly add in a question. Is that alright with you? Why does he laugh like that?
Depends on whether or not you can make it in time. There's no reason to keep someone waiting when asking for help.
If it's you, I'd go fast. Winter snow carries rain droplets that fly in the wind. I drive as fast as I can until I knock on Sylus' door. Hello, I'm not late, am I? A wave of warmth washes over me. It instantly fogs up my helmet's visor. When he comes close like this. He swipes his thumb across the visor, allowing me to see his gaze that's looking down on me. It falls onto the card box in my hand.
This is what you needed help with?
Yeah, so while I was on the road, he turned his back. Hey, wait. Right before I'm about to prevent the door from closing, it stops a few centimeters before my hand. Since when did you start saying goodbye to someone who just said hello to you? As I say these words, I manage to squeeze in through the narrow gap and enter the house. I stand next to Sylus. I'm already here. The least you can do is let me finish what I have to say first. Judging by how it's going on right now, I don't know where they are at, like in their relationship or like the story. I don't know when this was released and why it feels like, you know, because I've seen Sylus like being unable to resist MC. Let's see.
Okay. But have you ever met someone more arrogant than you, sweetie?
Arrogant? He turns his emotionless gaze fixed on me. This stalemate lasts for a moment, then he reaches for my shoulder. My back suddenly tenses, making me think he's about to grab my collar and throw me out. Instead, the door is gently closed behind me. It's as if I receive... Okay. He notices my astonishment and his voice carries a hint of mockery as he speaks.
So, not only do you want me to listen to you, but you also want my help. What's wrong, sweetie? Can you only talk if you stand near a door?
When he calls MC sweetie. The living room isn't that much brighter than the night outside. The only source of light comes from a crackling electric fireplace on the wall. Oh my god, the sounds of this dove! I wish I could, like, repeat it right here. The dove is talking to Mephisto! I need to repeat that part. Sylus is sitting on the other side of the sofa. He glances at Mephisto as he continues to listen to me recount what happened. Either way, it barely survived. If no one takes care of the dove, it will have a short life. Aww. Think about it. This dove is still a baby and already has to endure a blizzard while wounded. It's so pitiful.
And?
Don't you want to help it?
Philanthropists help others out of pity. Is that how you see me?
Sylus throws a question right back at me. No matter how much I try to gain some sympathy for the dove, it won't work on someone like him. Then what if it's to help me? As soon as I stop talking, a pregnant pause fills the room. What's pregnant? Mephisto turns his head and gives me an inexplicable look. Why aren't you saying anything? Don't we have a bit of rapport? We resonated plenty of times already and had near-death experiences together. What do you mean? You're using
You should
the
have said
bond.
that first. Anyway, I see. You're here to dump a dove on me.
And couldn't you have worded it more nicely? Sylus doesn't respond. He stands up from the couch and then leans down to carefully pick up the dove from the box. He makes eye contact with it, but his words are directed at me.
When will you be back? Aren't you dumping the bird on me because you're planning to be a goody two-shoes outside Lincoln?
Oh, after a week. Why? Sylus ignores the confusion in my words, turning his head to glance at the clock on the wall.
I'll be waiting for you, here, Sunday, at 11 p.m.
Wow, it's a date. Does this mean you're going to help me?
I thought we had a bit of rapport. Why else would I agree to care for a dove I just met? But our rapport is only worth 7 days.
What do you
Be
mean?
even a minute late, and I'll consider it as you exceeding the time limit.
Sylus is trying to scare us, but we already know. Having found a caretaker for the little white dove, I go on a trip to a foreign country the next day. During my 6 days away from Lincoln, Sylus only sent me a few photos taken at weird angles, and it was only if I reached out to him first. Otherwise, he was surprisingly quiet. This lack of disturbances is rare, and it actually piques my curiosity. On the day before I returned to Lincoln, I couldn't resist starting a video call with him. Oops.
What is it?
I just wanted to know if the dove is okay. I haven't seen it in a few days.
Are you worried that I've been treating it poorly?
Not really, I just miss it. Is it really the dove?
It seems to be fine. It's already spending time with Mephisto.
I can't imagine them. That means you've taken good care of it. What about you? How have you been this past few days?
Why do you ask? I thought you were worried about the dove. Yet here you are, worrying about me.
It's because I'm concerned about Lincoln's safety. After all, you've been awfully quiet for a while. Who knows what evil plot you're scheming? At this point, I think it's not that MC thinks he's going to do anything bad or, like, evil. She's just teasing him.
If that's the case, how I have been is none of your concern.
I haven't seen enough yet.
But I've seen more than enough.
What?
Don't worry about it. You'll be back tomorrow anyway. See for yourself. Ciao.
Okay. Damn it. As per our agreement, I head to Sylus's house once I get off the plane. I even arrived sooner than I anticipated. Just as I'm about to knock, the door opens as soon as my hand gets near the doorknob. What's going on? The door, now open, seems to welcome me inside. But I wonder if I should invite myself in. A voice suddenly resounds behind me.
Long time no see.
It's just 6 days. I turn around to see a familiar face, and upon closer inspection, there's a faint bruise under his eye. Sylus, did you leave the door unlocked when you went out?
Didn't you say you'd be back today?
Okay. I look inside the residence, which is too quiet for my liking. Where's my dove?
It flew away.
Because as I'm about to scold him, he whistles and grabs my shoulder to turn me around. In the distance, a white creature steps on Mephisto's mechanical wing and swoops toward me. The white dove, which was barely alive a week ago, is now like a bird of prey. Before I can scream, Sylus extends his finger. The white dove jumps onto it immediately. Are you the bird whisperer? Everything's fine, huh? Why are you always messing around?
Deceiving you is just too easy.
The little white dove perches on Silas's fingertip. It holds its head high and puffs out its chest before keenly scanning its surroundings. Could it be that spending too much time with you can turn a dove into a crow?
You're overestimating a crow's capabilities.
Following Silas's gaze, I see Mephisto above the white dove, circling it.
Though, it's possible for a crow to turn into a dove.
Before I can say anything, Sylus closes the door and walks away. What are you doing?
Are you actually planning to keep the dove as a pet?
Can it be released back into the wild after a week? He stops in his tracks, then turns his head to look at me.
It could have been released a while back. I was just waiting for you.
Oh. Today's a wintry night. It reminds me of when I first found a white dove. Snowflakes fall onto my coat. I brush them away and get off the back seat of Silas's motorcycle. Nestled in my hand, the little white dove is energetic. It looks at the river view of Lincoln's downtown area in front of us. Sylus, why do we have to travel so far to release it? Oh, I know. You're worried the dove won't be able to find its way home, huh? You can actually be considerate sometimes.
You'd rather release it into the N109 zone. I guess you don't believe it's lived a fulfilling life.
Pretend I didn't say anything. Makes sense. The white dove in my palm seems to understand us. It lifts its head to coo at me. But do all doves raised by you end up this sad, though? Sylus seemed taken aback by what I said for a moment. He looks at me.
Now I'm suddenly curious about how you see me.
Oh, you don't want to know. Are you sure you want to know? I can tell you. Oh, really? I think you're the ruthless, decisive, cruel, merciless leader of unkindness. You said you were curious.
Then why would you let such a person help you care for a dove?
I know, right? MC. I don't know, maybe I like to live on the edge. Be careful what you wish for. I didn't expect him to take it seriously. Then again, I've never really sat down to think about why him in particular. I just figured Sylus would be the perfect fit, so I chose him. Like you said, even a crow can turn into a dove. I kind of thought it'd work out in the end.
What are you trying to say? Mephisto doesn't understand riddles.
It's nothing, and I wasn't talking about Mephisto. This time, it's Sylus who's quiet. He appears to be shocked by what I said. That sound! I pet a little white dove, then I give it to Sylus. Since you've been taking care of it lately, I'll give you the honor of releasing it. Sylus doesn't decline, he doesn't speak either. The white dove seems to understand what's going on. It flies and lands on his finger.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
Seeing me shake my head, Sylus takes his hands and throws the dove into the air.
Go.
I'm not sure if the dove understood us. It doesn't linger or look back. It flies toward the moon. I didn't even see the dove. They could have gave us the scene of the dove. And maybe it's a romantic coincidence or a meaningful footnote that before the dove disappears into the night, fireworks explode into specks of neon and light up the entire sky. I turn my head to look at Sylus. There's a bit of surprise seemingly reflected in his gaze. Sylus, I've noticed that whenever you want to protect something, you always make sure you protect it well. Whether it's a dove or a person.
Is it only when I'm willing?
Yeah, only when you want to do it. The fireworks' various colors reflect on the river's surface and land on Sylus's hair. After a moment of silence, he speaks.
You think too highly of me. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not a philanthropist. A man's heart goes to where his treasure is.
Sylus's cold words dissolve the wind, making it difficult for me to discern what's real or not. But it's as if it doesn't matter. I don't care. After all, I'm not a dove that needs your protection. Are you sure about that?
Really? It's for the best.
Aw, this is the pretty part.
What?
There's snow in your
Help
hair.
me.
In this cold weather, even a crow...
A crow?
That was fast.
Try not to be the pot calling the kettle black, sweetie.
Oh, so pretty. What are you drawing?
You.
I told you I'm not a dog, now you're drawing me as a cat. Well, why did we do that first? Not only do you refuse to admit you're a crow, but you also draw another.
Do you know what you look like right now? What a smug expression.
Screw you. You still have snow in your hair?
What, you want to deepen our relationship?
Why would you say that?
Unprompted benevolence wasn't out of the kindness of your heart.
How long are these fireworks going on?
Not cold?
Sylus?
Come on, follow me.
Okay. So that's a very soft kind of card for Sylus, and I think I really enjoy those kinds of cards. I really like seeing that side of Sylus. Okay, so here's the reason why I am obsessing over Sylus. I don't know, maybe most of the Sylus girlies would understand me. When I first tried Love in Deep Space. Obviously, we've seen like the first three guys, and I did share before on my previous video that I was mostly attracted to Zayn, but it's because of the like natural look, dark hair, and stuff like that. Not so much for Xavier and Raphael. And which is funny because I was going for the natural look, so dark hair, but then Silas is like silver, gray, platinum hair, whatever. Which is the total opposite. But hear me out. Okay, I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones as well as the House of the Dragon. So honestly, I didn't know that Silas was going to be a dragon on his myth. I didn't know about the myths just yet when I saw him. It's the red eye for me. I have a thing for red eyes. I have a bunch of figurines in my collection where really light hair and red eyes, and like this one is like my most favorite out of this series, and I do have a bunch more, but they're like everywhere. So I have a thing for the red eyes. And also, I don't know, for some reason when I saw Silas, I immediately said he looks like a Targaryen. So it could be just the hair, okay? The dragon thing was not yet in there. I wasn't aware. So I was like, okay, I think this is so cool. I haven't even seen his spicy cards at the time. I only know that Zayn has it. So I have this general idea that they all have it. But I haven't seen him. I only seen Zayn. I don't know. And it's love at first sight. But yeah. I mean, physically, not really. Silas, not really. I'm not attracted to him physically. But I think it's also the side of him being mysterious and stuff, because I was just so curious about his character when I got to the point in the story of meeting him. I was like, what is this sorry. I hated him, but I got more curious. You know what I mean? Like, he's such a bastard. I hated him. I hated how he's treating like MC, you know. But obviously, whenever I kind of encounter any characters and they start doing like dumb things, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, especially knowing that they're love interest, right? So there must be a reason behind it. I don't think that any, especially let's say Enfold, I don't think they would give us a love interest that's like totally bad. There must be something behind it. There must be a reason behind it. And after meeting the other guys, I already know that all of them has a pattern. They have this goal to protect MC. So one way or another, I already knew that Silas is gonna be the same. It's just the mystery behind that, you know, why is he forcing to resonate and stuff like that. And as we go on to the story, and I learned so much. I started watching the myth and I learned that he's a dragon, and I freaked out. I cried so much. Yeah, I needed therapy. I that was insane. I told you guys already, I have my friends, two of them, Barbie and Haiti, and we're the only ones chatting about this. And I was so enthusiastic about it. But the thing is, they started playing the game later on, and they haven't reached the part where they started reading the myths. They were not there yet. And I don't want to spoil things. So I wasn't saying anything, but I was telling them that this makes me so sad. This is breaking my heart. I want to cry. I'm traumatized. I've been saying those things, but I couldn't share the details because I don't want to spoil things for them. So it was insane. It was a traumatic kind of week. I had nobody to share what was going on. So I basically kind of like endured it for a week or so until they kind of caught up and we started talking about it. But yeah, it was kind of, I don't know, it's just so sad, the myth. And it's insane. Like, I don't know where to go from there after learning about that. But anyways, it's just, you know, it's all part of the game. And I started just moving forward, you know, enjoying the story and enjoying the few more cards and just learning more about his character. I think right now is a new player, I've been enjoying more of the interactions. You know, the kind of the moments and the text messages and the calls. It's just so funny because actually his personality has a lot of similarities with my husband. So that's a huge factor of why I actually like him. And also, I'm just gonna mention a few moments or like chats or video calls. There's this one, I think I made a short about it, and it's where I think it's about the Lucky Index, where MC called Sylus to basically ask help in opening a blind box, which is so funny. I know it's not directed towards me, but it feels like Infold is feeding my Delu because blind box. I'm a huge blind box collector. So it's just so funny that they have that kind of call. And then I think it's somewhere on the messages or moments, but it's just about plans, about MC bringing plans to N109 zone. And also that one message about planting a seed of lettuce and that it's finally growing even without sun. I'm actually a huge collector of plants. I have another channel dedicated for plants. Right now, I'm actually maybe I have about 500 plants and I have a plant store. So it's also funny because like why? Why are we talking about plants in this app when me in real life for I just it's crazy. And then another one is I think it was a call and it's about I think MC gave him a cat's eye gemstone for safety and like whatever, and there are a whole other meaning behind those. You guys already seen on my previous video that I actually handcraft those kinds of things, gemstones and stuff. I'm a huge collector of crystals. I make jewelry, bracelet particularly. So it's another thing. It's so funny. And another one would be the sports. Of all the sports, I know it's very typical for everyone to just you can go to the gym, you can run a treadmill just like Raphael, or what does the other guys do? I don't remember. I don't know. But of all the sports, Silas is into boxing. I'm into boxing. So it's just kind of funny how I can relate to a lot of things. And I didn't know that when I started kind of going towards his route along the game. So I just learn about it as I play, as I go. So it was just kind of insane. Crazy coincidences. But it's funny. It's feeding my Delulu. I don't know what's going to be next. I'm at 66 affinity with him. I don't know if I'm fast or not. I feel like it's low, obviously, because my goal is higher than that. I want to be 100 right away. But yeah, that is so much fun, and I think because of that, I learned to love his character so much more. And also, don't get me started when it comes to battles. I don't know if it's because I learned to focus on his cards, and they are all upgraded and stuff like that. And I used all of my resources, my materials, into just upgrading his cards. I still upgrade the others, but more on him. So because of that, the battles have been very easy. I enjoyed it so much. And this week, the trial companion for the Abyssal Chaos is the one that I missed, the Dragon Companion. Oh my god. I need that. I don't know when are they even going to do a rerun. I'm pretty sure they would, because obviously it is a must. But once they do, you already know. I'll be there. I'll be watching them closely unfold. So yeah, that's why I've chosen him as my main. And because of that, I mean, I'm still playing the rounds of other. I'm interacting with the guys, but I'm not really upgrading anything much. I'm not crazy on raising the affinity or whatever. I just, I just do the bare minimum for them. So yeah, I think that's all for our yapping today. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is our first time reacting to an entire card, and yeah, that's where I'm at with Saldus. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.